Hello and welcome to a brand new show we're debuting. I'm going to throw over to Rick because he came up with the name.
The Nonsense Rumble!
That's right, we're doing a completely not original thought. We're condensing it in our own little particular spin on things. Each week we're going to basically pick a category. We'll pick a character from a franchise who fits that category each. And we're gonna say why we picked them, and we're going to see what we think if the two came to blows, as it were. And hopefully we can settle things in an adult and civil manner, right, Rick?
Well, hopefully. Sometimes it's going to be no, Goku.
Well, yeah. So there's a few things we want to establish very quickly at the start here. First, we've done a no-if rule, so it's one of those where a lot of hypothetical fights, it's like, well, if this, and it's like, well, no, not that then.
Yeah, so Batman doesn't have preparation time, so he doesn't have his kryptonite for Superman or anything. And we're going to talk about some honorary mentions as well, so we're going to reveal who we picked, but we're also going to say who we didn't pick and why we didn't pick them sometimes. But sometimes we just go straight to the person that we picked.
So yeah, the title of the episodes will each be the category. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, you can fast forward and just see who we both picked. If you want to do that, then fine. So with that in mind, we're going to go to the category. What was the category for today, Rick?
Fighting game guy.
Yeah. Do you have an honorary mention for today?
Today I don't. I went straight to the one that I went for. So, do you have any honorary mentions today?
Oh, I don't know. Basically, no one... My answer was clear-cut. I was always going to go for the person I went for. So let's go to the picks. Rick, who is your pick for the first ever Nonsense Rumble?
Yeah, I'm going with Ryu Hayabusa. He's the main ninja from Dead or Alive. But not only that, he's the main ninja in Ninja Gaiden. He's badass enough to get 3 full 3D games, as well as the old traditional 2D ones that predate it. Ninja Gaiden is hard, and Hayabusa manages to get through all of it, and he's a very competent player character to play as when you're in the fighting game as well. Like, I think he's a pretty cool character, and yeah, how about you? Who's your fighting game guy?
I've picked one Paul Phoenix from Tekken.
Okay.
He's a biker, he's a brawler. People might be like, why have you picked him? Well, people seem to forget that canonically he won a King of Iron Fist tournament. He won Tekken 4, but he beat the shit out of Ogre, which means in his mind he won because there was no more fighters. And then he fucked off, which means he wasn't there when True Ogre spawned out of Ogre, which means Jin gets all the credit, but because he's the one who beat the final boss.
Yep.
But yeah, I like Paul Phoenix. He might only be a strictly fighting game character guy. He's only ever really been in the Tekken series. I like him because he has this one fuck off move where it takes a couple seconds to charge, but it's just a fuck off punch, and if you connect it, it takes out 3/4 of the life bar.
Yeah, fair enough. Like Falcon Punch on steroids.
It's fucking awesome. It never works against anyone except for my brother, but. But you know, it's just really cool having a character who is a thug/brawler type character, and his gimmick is, oh no, he's just fucking strong.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Alright, we've established the picks, we've established why we've picked them, now we've got to get to the meat of the conversation. Who do we think would win between a ninja and a biker?
Now, yeah, it's the good old strength build versus dex build thing of, does the Death of 1,000 Cuts beat one good hit? Now, I actually think the ninja has the advantage because he's got ranged attacks in that he can use his ki and what have you. He's basically got a homegrown Kamehameha.
Yeah, I get you on that one, but if we want to go by strictly Tekken, Tekken has I forget the technical term, but their blocks are blocks. Paul Phoenix can fight Devil Jin.
Yeah.
Who has laser beam eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, blocking actually works.
Yeah, that's the thing. If blocking wouldn't work, then you have to give it to Hayabusa because you just fucking Kung Lao that shit.
Yeah. It's you can just keep at range and keep winning with the spammable move that people can block, people can dodge it, but they're not winning when they're blocking and dodging. So it comes down to how long can someone do the move before they get tired.
I think it fundamentally the fundamental deciding factor here is literally how honourable is Ryu going to be during the fight.
Yeah, and by normal ninja standards, ninjas are not meant to be honourable, ninjas are meant to win.
But I'm not asking about that because I don't actually know enough about Ryu to know how honourable he is, because I know a lot of game protagonists, despite being ninjas, they're like, oh, I must fight this battle honorably for my ancestors, you know? Is he like that, or is he like, no, I gotta win?
He's not a dark side ninja, really, so he would try and win honorably, but if it became obvious that he couldn't win other than by pulling out all the stops, then he probably would resort to using his long-range stuff. In the Ninja Gaiden games, he gets like multiple different weapons, so, you know, having weapons...
We're not allowed to use Ninja Gaiden as an example. You've got to use his version in the fighting game, because we're doing specifically fighting game guy.
Yeah. Like, even in the fighting game, he has a sword on his back, but unlike Yoshimitsu, he doesn't use it.
Because that would kill people.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well. We can even let him use his sword because Paul Phoenix blocks Yoshimitsu's sword.
yeah, he does. Like, block it with your forearms.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, it's one of those where I think if Ryu is willing to fight dirty, I think he wins. If it's a straight up fight, I think Paul edges it out.
Yeah, if there's not enough room to retreat, again, we shouldn't be using the if clause, but this is a reasonable thing that applies to both of them. If there's not enough room to retreat and the arena is small, or like they're fighting in a bar or whatever, yeah, Paul Phoenix wins.
Again, like it's one of those where, yeah, we had the no if rule, but again, I really don't know Ryu enough. If he fights dirty and doesn't mind fighting dirty, I think the fact that he's got ninjutsu techniques that he can just fucking hacks with, he'll beat Paul. If they have an honourable bout, I think Paul edges it out, because while Paul relies on brute strength and brawling, I think he's got the edge on a ninja.
Plus, you know, he has longer arms.
Oh yeah, by the way, Paul's fucking hench.
Yeah.
Like, his hair alone is like 12 inches.
So
I
think that's actually a reasonable conclusion, that with ninjutsu, Hayabusa wins, with strength, Paul wins.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's nice to hear that our first episode ends on a mutual agreement. I want to stress to everybody listening, we didn't cover this in the intro, because that's finally come back to me. We subscribe to the Stan Lee theory on hypothetical battles, and that is, usually the winner is whoever the writer wants to win. So
yeah. I'm happy to concede a lot of these just on the fact that I also like the other character, but sometimes you just don't know the other character well enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I relied on you a lot for Ryu. I actually didn't know a little bit about him because, weirdly enough, he was in the Dynasty Warriors big fuck-off crossover game.
Oh, the Dynasty Warriors everything game, yeah.
Yeah. He was in Warriors Orochi 3 and 4, and then the fucking Warriors All-Star game, which I've never played because it looks shit.
Yeah, I had that game for about a day when I had the PlayStation version of Game Pass.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus.
Oh no, it's the one that you pay for and you get more games.
PlayStation Plus Premium.
Yeah.
PlayStation Now?
PlayStation Now, that's what they used to call it, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really shit service because you had to stream the game. You couldn't download the game onto your console, which is a dumb fucking system.
Yeah, although at least it let me play it on things that weren't just a PlayStation, so oh well.
Sure. Anyway, tangent aside, conclusion is Ryu wins if he's willing to fight dirty.
Yep.
So yep. Go on, Rick, you do the fucking outro, it's fine.
Yeah, you got the comments down below on YouTube. Is this going to be on the audio as well?
At the end, if it's a big enough deal, if we do this for the entire year, I'll make a compilation for them at the end of the year. Sure.
Okay, audio people, well, Happy New Year. And yes, you got the email address that you can send to at...
Pointless.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do that. I'll cut this out of the episode, Rick, but I wasn't actually going to do an outro where we say comment section. I was going to do it just like we do with Steven, which is just, see you next week.
Well then, see you next week. Bye, guys.